Hi lovelies, really nice to be here. I hope you're all well. Feels like ages since I did a collective reading, but been really cool to it today. So I'm just going to pull a few cards and have a look at the energies through the rest of September, leading into October and November, just to see where we're heading, what things we can expect to feel and see, and any challenges that might arise or emotional things that might start coming to the surface for us. I do feel like there's been some really strong energies that have been floating around since the last full moon and the eclipse immediately afterwards. So that really did bring things to the surface for people, emotions. It was a time of letting things out. So either letting go of things within yourself, or starting to see your own triggers, maybe your own shadow sides coming out, those things that we don't like to look at, but they're being worked on, which is really positive. And it may be that there's been particularly in relationships and connections, people speaking up, speaking out, and that can, that can be challenging, that can cause problems, but actually sometimes it just starts communication, it starts us being able to really delve into what's going on beneath the surface. So those things that we don't often talk about, that we keep silent. So really healthy actually, although it may have felt quite difficult, quite challenging recently for the last few weeks. So let's go over then and have a look at the energies that are coming up for us in the next few months ahead, and see what we've got to look forward to and anything we just need to make ourselves a little bit more aware of. Okay, so let's start off with choosing a charm or charms. So I'm looking for September, October and November. What energies do we need to be aware of? Okay, so we have, lovely, we have the gold ring and we have a lovely key. So let's pop them down there. Right, now I want to start with the language of the flowers. Now, these are an oracle, but there we go. I find that they do have lots of different meanings, as well as the meaning that they're given on the card. So let's have a look. We have the peony for health, focus on all parts to make the whole, which actually makes me think of that gold ring. It's like a circle, a cycle. And we have wisteria for longevity, plan for and take the dedicated path ahead. Okay, lovely. So let's move on then to the Witch's Tarot and have a look at what energies or advice Spirit have for us. What do we need to know? September, October into November, please. Main energies, what do we need to know? Beautiful. Okay. So we have here the Magician, which again, we've got this, it is the infinity symbol, but to me, I can just really see this gold loop here, this side standing out more than the other. Okay, and we have the Five of Cups. Okay, next we have the Wild Unknown Archetypes. So September, October and November, please. What do we need to know? What messages or energy is there? Okay, so we have the Queen. Again, I'm really drawn. I know it's the full moon, but to me, it's like a golden ring. And we have the snake wrapped around the hand. We are the year of the snake. I feel like we're getting in control of that transformation already there, where we've got it in our hand. And again, a snake and a hand, and we have the flowers. We have this repeat here in the Orphan card. Lovely synchronicity there. And then we have the Anima Mundi. Okay. And this sort of encompasses everything. It's almost like the world, or the world card in tarot, if you're familiar with it. Okay, so the last cards I want to go to are called the Elemental Oracle. And let's just ask again, messages, advice. What do we need to know? September, October and November, please. Just going to shuffle those again. It feels like something's there, but it didn't come. Okay, I am being shown another deck, so I am going to put them to one side. And I'm just going to take my mystical moments, which actually is another tarot. But I'm being shown... And actually they are showing me a card from the other deck. So they're showing me the winds of change in that other deck. I'm going to see if I can find that in a minute. What is it you want me to see from here? Okay. What messages is it you want us to see from this particular deck? Okay. Quite a few. So we have the Eight of Swords. We have the Fool. It's interesting because we have the Fool and then the Magician here, and that is the first card in the tarot and the second. We have the Ten of Cups. And then we had one card that didn't turn, and that was Judgment. So I'm going to pop that down the end. Now I'm going to see if I can find the winds of change is what they're showing me. So it has a relevance. I don't know why it didn't jump, why they've just showed it to me. But I want you to see it. I feel that I'm sort of getting this impression that at the moment, the reason that this card didn't come is that you are going to have to bring about the wind of change for yourself. A change in the wind. But I feel like you're going to have to be doing some sort of action towards that, which is why I've had to pull that card out. But that's been shown to me. Okay, my loves, let's go over them. We'll have a look at those messages coming through for you. Okay, let's start with that key then. So keys to me are always opportunities. So we're opening new doors to opportunities, which is really lovely as we move forward into the year. And I do feel like it's things that you've worked hard for. We've got all this ornate patterning here, which shows it's been worked on really hard. It's like you've put in the hard work, the legwork, in order to get those opportunities. Now, the other things with keys, I think of knowledge, I think of things being revealed, or think about secrets, things that have been locked away. So this can be like your potential, it can be things you didn't know, it might be that you're going to come into information that you weren't aware of. All of which is going to be a really positive move forward. Okay, so you're sort of unlocking that way forward, that next door that's going to make change, bring changes to your lifestyle, your habits, how you feel about things. It could be things like new jobs, a new home, particularly being a key. Often that's key to the door, isn't it? 21 can be a key to the door. 21, I think it's when you buy your first house? When you're 21, obviously, but I think it was linked to buying a home, that old saying. So yeah, lots of potential coming in there. Then we have this gorgeous gold ring. So again, that can be weddings, it can be commitment, people getting engaged or getting married. But also it is that we are on this journey, we're in this cycle, and so these things might feel like they're repeating. You might feel like you're going over situations again, but this time when you're going through them, I feel like you're doing so with more knowledge. Again, with that key, I feel like, yeah, I just feel like you're possibly feeling like I've been here before, but this time you've got more information, you've got more knowledge, there's more opportunities, and you're going to deal with it very differently. So again, this is connection, it's commitment, as I say, cycles, but also I feel like there is an abundance here, this wealth with the gold. It feels very Lord of the Rings I'm getting. But yeah, this commitment, I do feel like there's a sense of community with this as well. As I say, like the Fellowship of the Rings is coming to mind. So coming together with other people, it could be that there's a collaboration, or that you just feel a deepening of connections with the people around you at the moment, or that there's a need to deepen those connections that are around you. Okay, let's see how they relate then to the rest of our reading. So I'm going to start with our flower cards here. So the peony, first of all, focus on all parts of the whole, and it says health, and I really do get a very strong message with this card about focusing on all areas of your health. So it could be that you've been recently looking at your diet or exercise and thinking, you know, I need to change this up, but actually Spirit is saying there's so much more to this picture that you need to look at. So look at it as a whole. So if you are changing up what you're eating, then maybe look at your diet as well. Look at your stress levels. Are there areas of your life that are making you weary? Are they making you run down? Okay, so look at all of that picture. Peonies to me as well are very romantic flowers. They're showing me actually that the peonies, after they've been in full bloom, they sort of wilt very quickly. And so if you're being stretched in lots of directions at the moment, it could be that you are feeling quite run down, that you're feeling drained. So yeah, really taking care of yourself at the moment. Make sure you're nourishing yourself. Taking supplements if you're missing something, or if you're getting lots of coughs and colds. Or anything like that. So yeah, just look at ways, and I'm being told vitamin C, oh, and D. So if you're lacking in your vitamin C and vitamin D, that's very specific, but make sure you're taking your supplements if you're not getting enough sunlight, or you're not taking, or if you're getting lots of infections or colds and coughs and stuff, just upping those supplements for a while, or adding more into your diet, okay? So the next card is our wisteria. Longevity, plan for and take the dedicated path. So again, the wisteria here, I do feel like there is a need to look at the bigger picture again. So the first card about our health, but looking at as an overview, not just one area of it, looking at all these different aspects of that. And I feel like with the wisteria, it's making plans for the future. So I do feel like possibly you have overcome, you've moved forward, you've had all this growth already this year, you've let go of things that don't serve you, and then now it's looking ahead and making plans for the new you, for the changes you've made. You have to start stepping into them and then make those changes in your life that you want to or you need to. Okay, so looking at our long-term goals, we're looking at prosperity, we're looking at wisdom and endurance with the wisteria. So yeah, keep going, don't give up. It may be that you think, oh, I've overcome all these issues, I've got myself into this position, I'm really happy, but what are you going to do next? Sort of don't rest on your laurels. Make sure you've got new plans. What are you going to do for the future? Now, with the blue here, I'm really drawn to your throat chakra, looking after your throat at the moment, if you're getting sore throats, or if you feel like you're not saying everything you want to. Okay, and maybe it is that you're looking at future plans and you haven't spoken them out loud yet. So start putting them into reality, start speaking about them, start making steps towards them. Okay, so yeah, don't give up though, the end is in sight. Some of you are feeling like a bit weary, a bit run down, a bit yeah, like enough's enough, but they're saying, you know, the finishing line is right there, so don't give up yet. Keep going, keep pushing. One more push. Okay, next I want to look at the Magician, actually, because again, this is to do with our future and the life we're creating. So the Magician is a creator. He uses all the elements around him. He uses all the different suits from the tarot, and he is creating his life, his manifestation, really. So you're being advised here to create your future. Okay, so make sure you are committed to your goals here with the, we've got this gold infinity symbol that I said to you, I was really drawn just to one side of it. It looked like that gold coin. So making sure that we're really committed to our future and connect yourself with it, make it your reality, believe it, see it, live it, okay? So bringing your goals and desires. Now, Spirit have just said to me that you are the only person that can create the life you want. So if you feel at the moment that there's lack, or you're not quite getting all the things you want in life, or you just don't feel fulfilled, then it's your job at the moment, it's your actions that are needed to be able to bring you that life, to start making that life your reality. Now, for somebody very specific, there's something happening at the moment and it's beneath you, it's below you. Leave it beneath you, don't rise to it. Yeah, but that's very specific for somebody. Don't be dragged down to their level, I'm being told. For someone else, I'm being told the cards are on the table, it's time to make your decision. Now, actually, in this reading, there are lots of cards that talk about decisions and making steps, or taking steps in a certain direction. So it might be that you're at a bit of a crossroads at the moment and you are leaning towards one thing or another, you need to start making that decision. But those messages, very specific. The cards are on the table. Again, with whoever the message is, that, or it may be for several of you, but if there's something happening around you that is beneath you, it's below you, you don't need to get involved in it. We've got these like calla lilies here, and to me, I always think of them as peace lilies. I don't think they are a peace lily, but that's what they're making me think of. So I feel like leave it, it's beneath you, it's not for your involvement, leave it to them, let go of it. And we've got the flowers, I think they're roses there. So to me, that's passion. So it could be that somebody's very passionate about something, or you're very passionate about something, but if they're beneath you and it's not worth your involvement, don't let yourself be dragged into that at the moment. You need to look after your own health and your own energy. Don't waste it on stuff that it doesn't need your attention. Okay, the next card we have is the Five of Cups. So, okay, here I feel that possibly there is something you were working towards, or something you thought you had already, you know, like, oh, I've got that in the bag, and it's been taken from you, or it's been lost, or it's not turned out the way you thought it had. The message that Spirit are giving me is don't cry over spilt milk. Okay, it isn't as bad as you think it's going to be. In fact, it will be in your favor. So again, this is a message of seeing the bigger picture. We're getting that repeating here through these cards. We need to look at, yes, we may have lost certain things, or they may have been taken from us, or they may have left us, but actually what we have remaining is the important thing that we're missing. Okay, so try and see what you've got from the situation, or what you still have to offer, or what someone else still has to offer. Okay, you haven't lost everything. It just seems that way for now. Okay, so you might be feeling quite forlorn. You might be feeling that someone's pulled the rug out from underneath you, but actually Spirit have done this for a reason, and what you've lost would have brought you more unhappiness, more mixed emotions here with the water, than what you have remaining, or what will come to you. So you have this tide coming in, so it could be that this offer will come to you on a new tide. Okay, so coming in the future. But these things you've lost, whatever they were, if they were opportunities, they weren't going to pay off in the way you thought they were. Okay, it may have caused you more pain or upset in the long run if you try to hold on to them. Okay, so definitely better things to come. And there might be something you haven't looked into yet, because here in the background we have this golden chalice, which is filled, don't know if you can see that there on the camera, filled with gold coins. As that tide goes back out, there's something that maybe you haven't quite seen yet, an opportunity. Okay, now I do feel like there might have been something that you opened up about. You may have been quite vulnerable. You might have shared things with people that you feel they've let you down with, or they haven't been there in the way that you needed them to be, just because she is she's bare-chested, and it's like a vulnerability there. So possibly you've been bearing your soul to somebody, and it feels like it's gone unheard, or it feels like they've let you down somehow. But all is not lost, my lovely. Rewards will come. Okay, rewards are coming. Here we've got this gold, and we have these two chalices. This is making me think of connection. It's making me think of emotional connections that are going to pay off, possibly even financially, but they're going to bring you an abundance of some sort. Okay, now we have this archway here, and archways to me often are to do with protection and commitment. If you think about weddings and things where we commit to one another, I feel like there is this commitment happening, but you might not be seeing it yet. As you can see, it's sort of in the fog, it's in the background, but there is more to come. So do not fear if you feel you've lost something right now. It's been lost because it wasn't the right thing for you. Right, moving on to the Queen now. Really drawn to the fact it's card 11. Don't know if that is important to anybody, but it might well be. And rubies. So we have the ruby here, which is entangled in the snake's tail. Definitely getting lots of grounding here with the red. So it could be to do with our sense of our own protection, our own safety, our own self, being surrounded by this red. So here we have the message of holding yourself in high regard. Have a very strong sense of yourself. Okay, so we have a need really to be accountable for the choices that we make, good and bad. As always, we have to take our responsibilities and learn from any challenges, but also from our positive experiences. Learn from those. Allow yourself to really be like the full moon, really glow, be seen, be heard. You've overcome challenges here with the lotus flower or the lily pads possibly, but it looks more like a lotus to me. And you are now mastering, you've mastered yourself since this transformation. I feel there's been lots of changes within yourself. You have really pushed yourself to change and transform this year. And here we have that you are mastering it. You're like the charmer, the snake charmer, okay? So let go of any mistakes that you have made in the past. That's what's got you to this position, and you are well and truly on your way. You're on your throne here. You are the queen. You are the leader of your own life. You are beginning to be sort of the leading character in your life. Your life should revolve around you, not you around it. And here we can see the snake is literally wrapped around you. You are in control, okay? So all this growth and strength as you take control of your life, okay? Shape your life around you, as I say, okay? Let yourself decide on the things you want, the things you don't want, letting go of things that don't serve you. It's like the snake shed its skin, you're bigger, you've outgrown things, and now it's time to really feel that in yourself, really believe that you are that person. You have put yourself rightly on your throne, and you're coming into yourself. Now, this could be age related, that you're getting to a point in your life where you're able to have a bit more freedom financially or just with time, and you're able now to pursue the things you want to and really put yourself first. I also feel like maybe you've had a promotion recently at work, or you've elevated yourself within a company or within your own company, and people are taking you seriously, but you're also beginning to take yourself seriously and really believe who you are. That's that safety, that's that grounding within yourself, feeling really centered and balanced, and beginning to get to know who you are and not fear that empowerment as it starts to grow. Our next card is the Orphan. Now, this is work I feel like you may have already started or you've opened the door to, because this child's hand is really reached out. It's not just on the edge, we're right out, we are right in the thick of things here. But I feel like with the Orphan, it's being open to explore any childhood wounds that you may still have. Okay, so anything that makes your toes curl about yourself, anything that makes you feel a bit triggered, any areas of your life where you're just finding it a bit of a struggle. It looks like you're pushing through anyway, but there is still some fear. I feel like this hand's reaching in, and there's this fear of, am I going to get bitten? Is this going to hurt? And actually, it's now starting to look deeper at those wounds. You've sort of opened the door to them slightly, and now it's time. You are ready to start releasing more of those inner worries, that anxiety, or the things that you've carried with you. Okay, so it's time to start looking at those again. We're being shown here this flower is opening. All that it's going to do, if you are ready to release these wounds, is actually allow you to open up more. Okay, it's going to release you from things that have held you back potentially, or that have caused you upset in your life. Okay, so you are protected with the snake. This snake is a dual message. We fear being bitten, but actually we are very protected when we are in that circle of the snake. If you imagine the snake with its nest and its eggs resting inside, it's very protective. Okay, showing that you are definitely have gone through this growth, and that you are now at a point of it's an inner work. It's this inner circle that we need to work on. We've done the external work. We're moving forward in our life generally. And now it's this inner world. It's this child that we need to be working on. Okay. So don't fear that inner work, because actually it's the thing that brings you peace. And often these things are never as bad as you think they're going to be when you actually face them. But definitely something hanging on there. Now, this can be a fear of abandonment. It can be the things that make us fear commitment. It can be the things that make us fear being vulnerable, being open about who we are, really allowing us to verbalize or emotionally display who we are and what we feel. Okay, so this is really the sense I'm getting from this card. Now, for somebody, or for some of you, and again, this feels really, really specific, that there is shame that you're carrying, and I'm being told that that shame is not yours. Okay, it's not yours. This belongs to somebody else, and it may be that they have passed that to you for a reason. Particularly as children, we take on things that we don't really realize that we're taking on, but adults particularly push those emotions onto us. It's a way of them, because they haven't dealt with them, they cast them onto us, and unfortunately we often carry them into adulthood. Okay, so please, if that's you, it's time to really try and embrace that inner child. Ask what they need from you. You can provide it now. Okay, you're able to support that side of yourself that is carrying any wounds from your childhood, and they may be the last few things that hold you back or that make you feel afraid. Okay, so we need to do that work on our inner child, because then that snake, instead of it being something we fear putting our hand in towards, that we are in control of. Okay, we start to charm the snake. Okay, we charm our own self, we get control of ourself. And whenever we do inner work, it's not about fixing or changing things. It's about accepting them and integrating them into ourselves, and certainly letting go of things that aren't ours to carry. And sometimes as children, we can misunderstand, we can take things on that aren't ours, because it's just that our brain isn't able to rationalize situations or be able to put things in the right context as children. And sometimes it's because there has been either abuse or we've been neglected. You know, there are real issues. I'm not saying they're all in your head in any way, but what I'm trying to say is that some of these things you might think, oh no, it was fine, it was this, but actually sometimes we carry that because as a child we couldn't rationalize that, and so somewhere it's sitting in your body, and it's just time to look at that and see if we can release it. And I'm being shown the Anima Mundi as, and in the middle here we've got the person here sitting in this beautiful yogic pose, which I can't do, and this enlightenment. Okay, and all of this, everything stemming from this inner world. So I really do feel like right now is this time to go inwards and just tweak those things, really look at them and see, just see what's there, because I don't think you'll see anything you're not ready to see. Okay, so it's just when you feel ready, having a look over the next few months. During autumn, it's time, if you think about leaves, they let go of things that they don't need anymore. Okay, so those leaves that they thought were nourishing and they fed them, and you know, that's their nutrients. Sometimes we as adults are hanging on to things because we think we still need them, and we think they're there to protect us, often in our subconscious. So we think we've built these things up over years, and we think that protects us, that keeps us safe. And actually it's time to let them go, because what they're doing now, they're not providing safety now, they're not needed now. We can protect ourselves now, we're adults. Okay, we have a voice and we can be heard and we can protect ourselves. So it's time to do that inner work. Now, the other thing, sorry, I haven't really shown you the card. The other thing with this card is that it relates to inner connectedness. So what goes on inside our world goes on outside our world. And on a bigger scale, it's linked to the world's soul, the world's consciousness. Okay, so cause and effect. Now, I do feel like there is a need to create connection within yourself and with others, but this harmonious, calm sort of, it's knowing this inner connectedness in healthy ways and creating harmonious connections, strengthening those healthy connections that we already have, and allowing those that aren't good for us to just fall away. Okay, so they're things we don't want to waste our energies on. Knowing we are connected to all these things doesn't mean we have to focus on them all the time. Okay, but it's just learning to integrate those things. And if there are situations or people or beliefs that we hold on to that distract us or distress us, it's being able to let go of them or refocus our attention in a healthier way. Now, I do feel like there is a need to connect to spirit or the divine, There is an enlightenment going on. There seems to be an awakening, and I feel like this is on a global scale. I feel like there is people awakening in lots of different areas of their lives, whether it's spiritual, whether it's when we're looking at the media, or we're looking, you know, people talk about globalism, things like that at the moment. I think there is a lot of awakening to community, to people, to situations that go on around us. Okay, but this feels like, it feels like on a global scale, this awareness. So you may find this is happening to you on a smaller scale, an individual scale, but also in your communities, in your places of work, in your relationships, in your families. Okay, there is an enlightenment happening, and I do feel like it's going to bring more clarity and peace within. But it may be that during that there is a bit of upheaval, and there's a bit of uncertainty or anxiety as people are starting to wake up to themselves more, to the situations around them, to other people's emotions. Empaths seem to be very, very heightened at the moment with our emotions, and almost an inability to hold back. Things are being said, we're letting things out, we're releasing things that maybe we haven't all spoken about in the past. They're all positive things, but obviously at the time they might create more challenges, more, you might come up against people with different opinions. But I think this is part of that awakening. There seems to be a real realization at the moment of it's okay to disagree, and we're allowed to have that voice. So you're allowed to say how you feel, you're allowed your opinion on things, whereas I think for a long time people have been held back. I don't just mean globally, but I mean as in within families, within workplaces. People have been fearful of speaking up or speaking out. I just feel like that's going to be happening a bit more over the coming months. Now, this winds of change, now this was shown to me, so it feels very important. So I'm going to show you the card, because it may be something in the image that's relevant to you. It may be the words. It just says change wind. To me, I'm seeing winds of change. Things are being blown away. It's almost like a tornado that's coming and picking up things that aren't needed, and then it's moving on. So I do feel like this is going to be a time where you have to take action. This lady is the one, she's either pulling her hair away, or she's being pulled into this whirlwind. Okay, so I just feel like there's going to be action that you have to take that brings about a change. Now, it could be travel, it could be a new home, new career, new habits, could be something that shakes the foundation and is clearing away all old things. Okay, I'm getting again that someone or people at the moment are being tangled up in situations that are nothing to do with them, and you need to free yourself. Okay, so free yourself from those things, those people, those situations, those arguments, those debates that aren't anything to do with you. Don't allow it to affect your peace and your calm. If it doesn't need your attention, then I think pull your attention away from it. Okay, now I do feel like, yeah, for some of you, you've got to make a choice to remove yourself from something, a situation, a job, an argument, connections, whatever that might be, but removing yourself from something, or removing your time and energy from it. I'm also being told for somebody that there's a situation at the moment that you feel it's very unjust, it feels unfair. They're going to be derailed. Okay, they think they've got all the answers, something is coming along and it derails them. Okay, so I feel like that's linked with the key and knowledge. There's some knowledge that comes about, this person gets derailed. Don't know what that means, but for somebody that's relevant. And also I feel like someone is seeing crows. I'm being shown someone is seeing maybe large numbers of crows, or just crows more often. So maybe have a look into that meaning for you and see what resonates with you about crows. And for somebody, I'm getting the 3 little pigs, where the wolf says, I'm going to blow your house down. That might be, it might be relevant for somebody. I'm not sure what that's about. If it comes to me, I'll let you know. Okay, number 6 as well there. It's 24, but I was told to add them together. So this a 6, if 6 is relevant for you. Okay, let's move on then to the 8 of Swords. So the 8 of Swords is often about actually walking away, or being trapped in a situation that we need to walk away from. And here I'm definitely feeling that you're about to fly the nest because there's a new opportunity coming, okay? And this new opportunity is going to help you expand and grow. And you're so ready for that freedom. You don't fit where you are at the moment. You know it. You feel a need to move on. So yeah, don't be nervous about stepping forward, because you're already in this new skin. I'm being shown the skin here, and that's making me think of the snake shedding its skin. I feel like you've already grown. Like you've shed your skin, but you're still stuck in the old place that you were in before. But that new opportunity is coming. So right now, if you're thinking, oh God, I'm longing for a new job, I'm looking for a new home, I'm looking for a new opportunity that's coming, just it's there. I think you're going to have to take action towards it, but I don't feel like it can be stopped. We've got all this water running here like a river. It can't be dammed. It can't be stopped. The lid has already been blown off. Okay, so that feels like that winds of change again. You've blown the roof off it. You don't fit in it anymore. So don't fear the next step, okay? Just step forward into it. For somebody, you're going to be asked a question and you're wondering what the answer is, and the answer should be yes, I'm being told. That's not for everybody, but I think you'll know if that is for you. I do feel like something might be handed to you on a silver platter, like an opportunity is going to come to you, and you almost will think, I can't believe that that's happened. But the answer is yes. Don't overthink it, and don't think, well, it was too easy. You've done the work. You've already done the hard work. That's why you don't fit where you are, but something's going to be offered to you. And I'm being shown it as a silver platter. And it's this at the bottom that's made me see that, and it's on someone's hands and they're passing it to you. So I do feel like an opportunity. It feels maybe job related, but it could be anything. An opportunity that's coming, you're waiting for it, and it's going to help you flourish even more. But you're definitely so ready for it. It's like you're already doing something. You might even already be doing some of the job, and you're waiting really for someone to say the job's yours, because you're already doing it. Right, the next card we have is the Fool. And the Fool card, as I say, is new beginnings. It's the start of the tarot. But this particular version is showing me with this crocodile hidden beneath here that you might worry when this opportunity comes. You might think it's too good to be true. There could be something that's going to bite me on the arse if I take this opportunity. Excuse my phrase there. But I do feel like that is something that you might be worried for. Something that's quite comfortable at the moment. You're stepping out of your comfort zone. You can have those fears, okay? But take that leap into the unknown. You're ready for it. And I feel, yeah, with the bird on her hand there, it's freedom. It's going to give you more freedom in the role you're doing or in the situation that you're in, okay? But I think you might fear you're putting yourself into the firing line or in harm's way. But take that step, just one step at a time, and you'll be fine. You don't have to go running full headlong into it. There's no rush here. I feel like take it in stages, small steps, and give yourself time to adjust to the new beginning, okay? You'd be a fool not to take this opportunity, I'm being told, okay? And you will feel freer, okay? It's going to bring you excitement and fulfillment, and there's a lot of growth. And yes, there might be people that, you know, beneath the surface, they might not be happy that you've taken that new role, but it is the right way. It's definitely the right way, okay? It's the right decision to make. And actually, these flowers here look like peonies again. So you've got, for some people, maybe peony is your birth flower. It may be something that you grow, something you particularly like. And for some people, I'm being shown a tattoo that looks like peonies or dog roses, old roses or peonies. Right, the next card is the Ten of Cups, my favourite card in the deck, which is the happy ever after card, I call this. So it's showing you that the future moving forwards is going to be very happy. There has been challenges. We've got this rainbow, so there's been a storm, but you have moved through it. Now, I feel like this new beginning is linked with connections. Not necessarily romantic connections, but it could be. But it can be work connections, families, friends, you know, colleagues, just really tight connections here. Now, there could be an unusual partnership. We've got, you know, this looks like a sturgeon or a shark's tail. And then almost, I don't know what sort of tail that is. It almost like a leek. So yeah, unusual partnerships. So it could be that people possibly wouldn't put you together, or it might feel a bit mismatched. But actually, the crowd are going to follow you. There's going to be a lot of positive feeling about this connection. As I say, this could be a love connection, could be romantic. So it could be that you bring together two families. This is a shoal, a family shoal. And it can be that they're very different types of families. So a blended family of some sort. But if it is in business, this can be that the rest of the sheep will follow you. Okay, so you get all of the colleagues thinking this is a great connection, this is going to work, and they're all backing you. Okay, that look, they're all behind you. Okay, they've got your back. So do feel like you've earned the right to be where you are. Definitely feel that there is this time to sort of look ahead positively, because we've got calm waters. Again, I'm being told about a decision. Heads or tails, they're telling me here, because we've got the heads and the tails, obviously. That's what's making me think it. They're showing me a coin flip. So there might be a decision to be made, but it's going to be to do with a connection. So make your choice. I don't see that you're going to make a bad choice here. And it might feel like you have to choose between two really random things. But again, follow your intuition here. Follow your heart, because it's all calm, whichever decision you make. We've got this calm water, the storm is over. And as you can see, just in the distance is the new horizon. So there's new beginnings again, just like that Fool card. Okay, and the Magician being number one, we're creating our new future. It feels like you are definitely in the next few months going to be having opportunities, connections that are going to push you forward, they're going to elevate you. You've done that hard work, you've already grown, you earned it. It's already yours. Now it's stepping into that new you. And here we are stepping forward with our Judgment card. And here I feel like you're going to be seen and heard more, okay? Because you're stepping forward, you're pushing yourself out of your comfort zone. And here you are, look at this elegance and ease, okay? Now, keep your head up, okay? Don't feel that you can't look people in the eye. You've earned this right, okay? So if you feel like, oh, I'm not sure, I'm a bit nervous, Spirit are telling you, keep your head up. Look people in the eye, okay? You've earned this. I feel like there is a call to awaken, to stand up, stand firm, stand out, and be counted here. Now, with the horn from her throat, I feel like there's something that you'll say, that you'll do, that you'll be listened to. People will respect what you say. But for some specific people, I feel like it's almost like you've got to start trumpeting yourself a little bit, that you talk yourself down and you need to actually, it's not bigging yourself up, but it's really accept who you are and say, do you know what, I'm really good at this. Actually, I know that I'm successful. I know I work hard. I know that I'm reliable. All those really good qualities about yourself, really trumpet them. And if you can't or don't need to trumpet them to others, you really need to trumpet it to yourself. You need to sit and have a good chat with yourself about who you are, and how amazing you are. And I know we've got the Queen card, but that's not gender specific. It is really, to me, this is the card of putting yourself in the rightful place that you deserve. And I know we find that very difficult, a lot of us, and you know, we're very modest, and we've been raised in a way that modesty definitely is revered over anyone who is very self-confident. But there is a fine line between having too much ego and being really honest with yourself about who you are and your skills and what your talent is. And this lady here wants you to really recognize your talents, step into them. You've already grown, you already have them, you've worked, you've gone through your apprenticeship, you've become the master of those skills. Now it's your time to put them to practice and not fear them. Really accept them and put your head up, you know, raise your chin up, look people in the eye and know these are the things I'm really good at. And you know, that inner child work is recognizing where we have weaknesses and where we might find challenges or where we struggle or what triggers us. That actually is a strength to know, do you know what, I'm finding myself, I'm in a situation, I may well get triggered, so I'm going to respond in the right way for myself. All of this is just personal growth, and it's being able to be really self-assured and centered and protected within your own energy, knowing who you are. And I feel like the next few months are really pushing us from we've been through that turbulent time, we've shed our skin. That can be quite difficult. We have to let go of things. We have to really learn about ourselves and where we need to grow and what we need to accomplish. And I feel like now is the time to accomplish them. We've set those goals, we've set that desire, we know what we're heading for, and now we just have to start making our strides towards it and pushing ourselves to achieve. Push past your fear, push past your anxiety and those wounds that come from childhood. Very, very often they're just things that hang on to us, and know that we can thank them for being there. They got us to be where we are today, and we're really grateful, but now we can let go of them. We don't need them anymore, and we're going to step forward into the unknown, and then we'll meet all of those new challenges and those new experiences in a much better place. Like the ring that we started with, we're going in these cycles. There will always be challenges. There will always be new things to face that we don't know, and we don't know how to cope with them. But once we have this strong foundation within ourselves, we're in a much better place to keep moving forwards and keep learning and find excitement and joy within ourselves and within our lives. So my lovelies, I hope that makes sense for some of you, well, for all of you. I hope those personal messages reach the right people. I hope it feels that you can relate to it, and that there's messages there that will help give you advice or suggestions of how to navigate the next few months. But my lovelies, enjoy autumn and that season of letting go. There is also that element of abundance. So you will see things coming in for you at the moment. It might be unexpected money. It might be that you think you need to pay a bill, but it's not this month. So you might have a little bit extra going on this month. Some people, there might be a little bit of a lottery win, or, you know, you find a fiver in your pocket, which we all love to do that, or an old wallet or purse. But also enjoy the fruits of your labour. You've worked really, really hard up to this point. We've gone through that summer season, and now it's that time just to start easing off that accelerator, let ourselves slow down and just enjoy where we are. There is going to be time where we need to take action, but just enjoy where we are. Go with the flow a little bit, take action where it's needed, open up to those opportunities, but we need to take a little step back and slow down in order to see them. Okay, so just step into the feeling of autumn. That's how we align with the energies around us. It's just thinking about what is autumn. It's letting go of the old. It is enjoying the fruits that are all around us in abundance. Think of Harvest Festival. We're just being grateful, we're appreciative, we're enjoying what we've earned, we've worked really hard, and then it's time, we're slowing down, readying ourselves for winter, that hibernation where we have to all go inside again, inner work, and just let things sort of slowly move past us. Okay, so just enjoy that slowing down as we come into autumn. Anyway, my lovelies, I've waffled on at you for long enough. Thank you so much for listening if you've got to the end of this video, and I look forward to speaking to you very soon. Lots of love to you all. Bye.